Love them knives here. We're going to talk Begg knives today. I hope you guys are doing well. One, that's this knife. One. I was talking to Mark, he's like, what's it called? One. Yeah, this one. What's it called? One. It's called one. Oh, let me prove that to you. One. This was off of Kirby Lambert, his site, okay? One. JVO. It's Van Otterloo, Lambert, design, collaborative, and then now being made by Begg Knives in, this color or green or black, okay? Yes. And here's a little blurb that Jared put on here, that JVO put on. One will be making its official production debut at Atlanta Blade Show. This is obviously prior to the Blade Show in Atlanta. And it's a 2019 collaboration between himself and Kirby. One has now entered the production arena with Begg Knives, Steelcraft serial scaled down bolster lock, all set for pocket duty. So that is what is going on. And yes, it was available at the Begg Knives booth in Atlanta, and that's where I got this. Now, that doesn't mean it's out in your local stores available, because I looked around after I got back from Atlanta and it wasn't out yet. And I haven't looked in the last couple weeks, so I don't know when this is set to be available. But obviously, I've seen Begg Knives on White Mountain Knives. I've seen Begg Knives on Blade HQ and stuff like that. So I'm sure they will be at those kinds of retailers available. But yeah, JVO, Lambert design. And of course, this is, I can't remember, somewhere in the 120 to 150 range, maybe something like that. It's VG10 blade steel. And this is steel, this is G10. So it's got some heft to it. Of course, it's got a recurve, hollow grind, and of course, it transcends over into a flat grind, etc. By the way, we're going to talk about the blade. Let's talk about the blade. All right. Okay. Just checking it out. Okay. Let's try and cut all the way through. Yeah, it's always nice to kind of just get a feel for like what's the amount of sharpness, not trying to, prove anything particularly other than just get a feel for if it has a decent factory edge on it, and yes, it does. And it's got a thumb disc up here. This is obviously made after, this design is chasing after the one which Kirby Lambert would make. Okay, so this is obviously way more affordable than a custom-made Kirby Lambert knife. And it's got fullers on both sides. There's a flat for satin. It's a satin grind on here. It's a stone wash look on the steel. And there it is. It's a frame lock, and that's 35%. Something like that. Lock up. And it's got some height differential here, so yes, it's not difficult to disengage. And there it comes, and yeah, you don't want to be too cavalier about that, but I guess I wouldn't have cut myself on that. So you get up on this, and you're in good shape. So just, and it's over the detemp ball pretty quick. Obviously, the design flow is really good on this. Between JVO and Kirby Lambert, let's hope we can come up with something, right? So pretty high confidence in that situation. Blade to handle length is good. Interesting knife, right here. I mean, if this was solid carbon fiber and a lot thinner and stuff, this would be a very lightweight knife. And this is not a big, huge knife either. And I'd let you know about what the size is if I could ever find my measuring tape. Okay, let's kind of get a measure on this little dog. And we're at a little over 3.1 inch blade. Down here, more like 3 1/4. Overall length, under 7.5. So it's 7 3/8 maybe at best, at 18.5 centimeters. And I'm digging in here for my tools. 13.6 millimeter, 0.53 of an inch as far as thickness on there. And let's get behind our little dog here. Get in here. Come on, there we go. 0.13, which is 3.5. Okay, 3.5 millimeter blade stock. So it's pretty hardy blade stock there. So yeah, basically kind of a 3 and a 7, a little bit over 7 inches long, and a bit over 3-inch blade. And so this should be pretty easy to carry. And this, I don't know if this is titanium. And I kept thinking, I checked the pocket clip on the Station, and this here is the Station, which is also a JVO Kirby Lambert design, okay? This is called the Station, and I bought this at the booth as well, okay? And there it is. And this one's a bit bigger of a knife. All right, put them together. Let's see what we got. This has got a flipper tab. This does not. This does not. Let's try and get that worked out. Yeah, the Station is bigger. Let's just refresh ourselves on the Station. I have a video I've done on the Station. Well, there's 3.5 down there and what, 3 1/4. So it's probably a 1/4 inch longer blade length, and it's still under 8 inches, but it's not much under 8. It's about 7.8 inches, okay? So this is more like 7.3. So it's probably about a 1/2 inch overall length difference between these two knives. All right. Now, oh, let me put this one away. I'll put the link to the Station down below, but I kept thinking in the disassembly I'd try, and this was not magnetic. Okay, the pocket, and I figured the pocket clip would be steel because we got a total steel frame here, and I just figured the pocket clip would be steel as well, and it was not magnetic that I can remember. So, and then, of course, when I was at the table, the big rage is this microburst now. And of course, this is now out under Begg Knives name, but it was a JVO design for Olson. And Olson is a custom knife maker, more of a traditional knife maker, okay? And, but I believe that JVO did the design and Olson came up with this little flipper system. Okay, so there's that. And the microburst is kind of a cool trick little knife. Kind of a fat body, but you know, it's got the ceramic ball and pocket clip that kind of put together, and some cool milling around in here. And they do make, I will do a video on the microburst at some point in time here in the next week or two, but there's some alternate patterns that are available on this knife too. So they do have a variant or two available on the microburst, and this is kind of just way cool, but it's small, a lot smaller, okay? And smaller than the one, and definitely smaller than the Station. So that was just another one that was available. Now here inside of this, did I write all over this one? Well, no, that's the Station box, isn't it? Oh, I just stole the other one. Okay, hold on, get over here. I set it down on this. Is this you know what? No, this is the Station, and I wrote Station on here, but that was wrong. Okay, never mind. Yes, okay, so, and this is actually the correct spelling of Station, S-E-I-S-H-I-N. Oh, God. We're losing it, folks, we're losing it. Okay, this is one. And everything's a Station now. Okay, so you get a zipper pouch with this knife, and microfiber cloth, and a congratulations on your new Begg knife, that kind of thing, zipper pouch, blah, 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 all that goodie. And a knife that you can flick with that thumb disc, and does a good job. I guess if you wanted to, you could remove the thumb disc, and that may help you if you are in a, you know, some kind of ordnance zone or place where you can't have these kinds of flickable operating knives. So I don't know, but I like it. I like it. And you know what? These fullers that are on here, yeah, that's a thing. Even if you took this off, I'm not sure you could dig your finger in and finger flick it with that fuller. So it would end up being a two-handed knife, which is probably what it's intended to be if you took that off because of certain ordinances and, you know, whatever rules. But okay, so, but the way it is, no, it's very flickable, pretty quick over the detent ball. A chunky little monkey though, for sure, and it's got some heft to it. So yeah, it's not a lightweight. This is probably, I'll bet this is 5.5 ounces, but let's put it down here. 161 grams, so I may not be far off. Boom. Wow, it just skipped right over ounces. Come on. See, I know, it likes to do this, doesn't it? Might be time to have to change him out. Okay, 5.68. So you know what? That wasn't far off. Yeah, 5.6, 5.7 ounces is pretty chunky for a knife that's just a little over 7.3. It's around 7.3 inches long with about a 3.15 inch blade. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. But of course, it's steel, right? Which, of course, makes it more affordable than if you were going to be paying $350 or $400 or whatever, you know. I mean, the high-end knives these days are really getting up there. So, but this gives you the opportunity to handle or have a knife that you probably might struggle to afford as a full custom from Kirby Lambert, etc. So, and it's nice. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's see about a little disassembly on it. And also, ergos, they're good. They're fine, you know. And I can get all my fingers on this, so this is not really a struggle. And of course, there's not really a big, huge choil for going forward on. But it does have a little cutaway there, which is fine, you know. And unfortunately, yeah, I mean, I do have the ability to sharpen a recurve, but it's not my favorite thing to do. So recurves are not usually the knife of choice for just dragging around and using all the time. But I mean, this may not be a problem with a lot of guys out there that sharpen knives on a regular basis, et cetera, et cetera. So, but you know, it's good for pull cuts and other kinds of cutting tasks. So recurve, it not only looks good, but it can be very functional. So here you go, frame lock, bolster look on this thing. Kind of chunky. It's a good handful, but I mean, you feel like you got something in your hand, that's for sure. Now, let's see about grabbing my tools and seeing if we can get some action going here. And this is the pivot, and yeah, it'll come free. And yes, it has thread locker on it. Ooh, baby. Yeah, it was gonna fight me there for a while. And here's the pocket clip. And here's this one. Okay. So where are we now, boys? You want to come on out? What do we got? Okay, we got this screw and that screw. And, okay, let me get this. No, it's not magnetic. I mean, obviously the screws are. So, and there's that one. So that, I think, is a longer one than this. Are you going to come out? You don't want to, do you? I don't know what your problem is, buddy. If we got a longer and a shorter, or are they both the same length on the pocket clip? And you know what? They look both the same length. That's interesting. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the pocket clip itself, no, is not. It's not magnetic. Let's put this down and let's take a look. Oh, well, we got one more we got to do. It's the damn scale. And come on. Come on. Well, that'll be easy to differentiate, this one here, because it's a very short little screw there. And a little magic marker or something underneath for some reason. And, oh, we got internals. Ooh, I wonder if these are number 6s, and they might be. And we're going to push and turn, because we don't want to jump around inside of that. There's this. So these are our internal screws here. And let's see if we can get this last one. Yeah, we got it moved. But yeah, it wanted to hold on really, really well. Probably got some more of that thread locker on it. Yeah, it does. Okay, okay. There's your internals. Okay, do you think we can climb inside now? I should have figured that out when I saw that single screw on that scale hanging out there. And where are we going from here? And will we have to give you a little help with our fiddler? Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. A little plastic. Pop it up. And here we are, and this is our lock side. Okay. And what do we got here? Oh, we got ceramic bearings. Okay. And there. All right. Yeah, looks clean. Looks good. And here's the other side. Now let me see what's going on here. You got a little G10 surround. Oh, and so, yeah, it's a captured. Yeah, well, you got no way to grab onto that anyhow, but yeah, that's captured. And right through there. So, okay. This is what we got for our disassembly. Obviously, they're marking the underside of these to figure out what goes with what, okay? So that's just part of the production identification, parts, whatever. That's our disassembly. All right. The one. And we're done. One and done. And here it is. Begg Knives 1. Kirby Lambert, Otterloo Design Collaborative here. So JVO and Lambert Great designs, obviously. Interesting, very affordable knives. That's what Begg's trying to do, is get some of these high-end designs affordable for almost anybody to be able to obtain. And yeah, I mean, I was very happy when I saw the Bodega come out in something less than $1,500 or whatever, you know. And I have my old Steelcraft Glimpse 7 from those days, and yeah, it'd be cool to see them come back out in those kinds of, you know, high-end materials as well, in the 300 or 350 range, but these being right at 100, 150, whatever, that puts it in a whole nother class of affordability. So here we go. We got the one. You guys, yes, we do love them knives, so stay sharp.